The Los Angeles Police Department has launched an official inquiry into Blueface's actions, after receiving a large number of calls and internet tips from concerned residents. In order to assess Junior's safety, Child Protective Services acknowledged, in a statement, that they were reviewing all publicly accessible evidence. By midday, Chrisean's case had been filed for an emergency court order, and insiders revealed that a judge had granted Blueface a temporary protective order that forbade him from getting in touch with Chrisean or coming within 100 feet of her or the infant. Later that week, an expedited custody hearing was scheduled. Right now, Shan, I'm going to collect the remaining items of my son's possessions before I proceed to the lot to pick up a brand new, completely paid for Maybach truck. Soon, you will be able to see it. This didn't happen overnight. In actuality, Chrisean Rock was spotted sobbing in her car a few hours ago. She was barefoot and carrying a shattered iPhone and a baby bottle, while her son, Junior, rested calmly in the backseat. According to witnesses, Blueface had ejected them both without warning or pity, and he never went outside, instead smoking, and one neighbor claimed, laughing as she packed their lives into garbage bags. Because of what transpired next, the internet was not laughing. Chrisean's cousin went live after sharing a disturbing text from Blueface that said, "It's me or the baby." Fans were furious when Junior's crib closed and toys wound up on the sidewalk. According to insiders, the strain has been increasing for weeks and is still very much present. The game-changing moment that came from Chrisean's most recent post was a true turning point. Their relationship was a battlefield with nice lighting, not a love story, and the tears, smashed phone, and garbage bags full of baby wipes showed that this breakdown had been happening since 2022. Chrisean went from being a viral sensation to becoming a national obsession with Blueface. At that point, some saw it as love, while others saw it as toxic. But some who looked more closely saw something deeper. She was battling not just for him but also to be seen, and Blueface saw it as tanned. He had been fighting with strangers, security guards, and even his own family members for a while. It worked, as millions of people watched, clicked, and shared their most terrible moments as content live streams filled with drama, mayhem, and trauma. When Junior arrived, everything was different. He was online promoting other ladies and teasing new songs on the day she gave birth, while Chrisean muttered, "I love you, Junior." The internet's attention was diverted from the female, allowing him to protect that kid. Blueface did appear, but the purpose was not co-parenting, and he brought cameras rather than caring. Each step Chrisean has taken towards stability over the past 6 months has made the problem worse through his sudden appearance, dubious tweets, live streams with his ex, and claims that she is the only queen that moves right. He has undermined her. Chrisean persisted even after her admirers pointed out her family, and her cousin even tweeted, "He doesn't claim Junior unless it's time to drag her. This is awful." With her Junior and Blueface snuggled up watching cartoons and grinning on her chest, Chrisean had been making a lot of effort to post peaceful moments on her Instagram stories. It said in the caption, "I just wanted serenity." But peace doesn't exist where Blueface is. Then came the situation with the house. Blueface had let her move into one of his spare townhomes. In law, not out of kindness, but control. It wasn't in her name, not on a lease, just hers as long as he allowed it. She tried to make it a home, painted Junior's room blue, set up his crib, and even started filming YouTube videos to create her own income. But instead of being proud, Blueface got angry. A former assistant allegedly leaked a message from him, "I ain't giving her a platform just so she can act single and ungrateful." Another insider said he didn't like the praise she was getting as a mother. He needed control of that narrative. To then came the ultimatum, a text from Blueface saying, "You have until sunset to pack." Chrisean thought he was kidding, but when her door code failed, he locked her out, throwing her belongings, Junior's formula, his onesies, and even her ankle monitor charger outside. The worst part was when Blueface went live, smirking and drinking, saying, "I got my whole family in my house, like it's sweet. Go home, baby girl." Now, Chrisean is back in her car with her baby, without an apartment or safety net, with just her and Junior on the internet watching like it's a drama series. But what she posted next wasn't for views, rather, it was a warning, because Chrisean is finished being the idiot. And someone close to Blueface just flipped. "I'm not here to cry," she said, "because you wanted to humiliate me in front of the world. Let me show the world who you really are." Then she took out a second phone and played a voice recording. That was unmistakably Blueface's voice. "You're lucky that I even let you all stay here. You were supposed to get that abortion. I didn't ask for no kid. And I'm not changing shit. You're on your own." Asterisk, she said, acknowledging that the power dynamic had changed less than 24 hours after the eviction flooded in. He said out loud, and just as the stream peaked, Blueface joined the live show to deny, not to apologize, but to leave a comment, "You still talking? Girl, grow up." Chrisean didn't flinch. I did grow up, that's why I'm not scared of you anymore, mic drop. But an hour later, a new Instagram account called Baby Mitter appeared, posting a blurry picture of a junior in a carrier with the caption, "I watched that baby more than his dad ever did." The truth didn't leak, it exploded within 15 minutes. As the mysterious account posted 6 quick stories filled with screen grabs, voicemails, and text messages from someone who had witnessed everything, was operated by Kayla, a former nanny, who worked at Chrisean and Blueface's house for 5 months. She wasn't holding back when she shared texts from Blueface that said things like, "Just keep the kid quiet so I can shoot this video, she be doing too much." A voice memo then advised her not to bring any men around that baby, or that my son doesn't need a fake daddy. Screenshots revealed that Chrisean sent Kayla $200 on a Cash App labeled for diapers once more. The final story was a group chat with Blueface, in which Kayla and someone from his management warned that she would be crying in the restroom. The internet didn't just react when I told her what it was. It exploded with comments saying that he's not just controlling her, he's neglecting that baby. Within hours, the account had more followers than Blueface's own page, and celebrities left comments on it. Cardi B tweeted, "At first, I'd be laughing, but nah, I can't stay quiet no more. Y'all haven't even seen half of it." Then came proof no one could ignore, a 30-second clip from a Ring camera. Inside Blueface's house surfaced no editing, no music, just cold, raw footage of Blueface yelling in Chrisean's face as she attempted to leave Junior in her arms. In tears, the voice of Blueface was sharp and booming. "You are the one who desired him, so stop talking like that." Chrisean, barely able to contain herself, mumbled, "I'm sorry." He went on, citing the footage that went viral showing her retreating in front of his child. "This isn't rap beef, this is abuse, straight up," he said, following a tirade. She apologized while holding their infant and said, "We were unaware of recent events involving Blueface and his former partner. All marketing ties have been terminated effective immediately." The energy drink company that had recently used Blueface and Jaden in a campaign deleted all of the posts. After that tweet alone garnered 12 million views in only 4 hours, corporations started to back off rather than merely observe. "I unfollowed him on all sites and tweeted about him." Insiders claim that while Zeus Network, the reality TV giant responsible for their most turbulent episodes, stayed silent in public, panic had set in behind the scenes. As if things couldn't get much worse, Chrisean's cousin Tasha appeared in the middle of the SIP podcast, bringing her own receipts with her. Tasha nodded, yes, she did. But Chrisean posted her phone number on Twitter and told his fans to blow up her inbox. The host froze one of them and asked, "Did she call the police?" Chrisean had locked the bedroom door and said, "I couldn't leave until I acted right. I was holding Junior." He didn't care after the video and podcast clips went viral. People were wondering not why did she stay, but how do we get her and that baby somewhere safe? Even Beyonce's accounts began to write, "Blueface is a face of butt." The message was removed, but it made no difference because everyone was already aware of how irrefutable the shift was. Once written off as an online drama, it had become something visceral, raw, and real. This was the turning point that made things more favorable for Christians. Lizzo, who was crying when she went live on Instagram, said, "Y'all used to laugh at her, however, there was nothing amusing about a mother putting diapers in trash bags while sobbing silently. Imagine giving everything to a man who dumps you and your baby on the street. She's stronger than most." The story turned upside down and the punchline vanished. Chrisean became a representation of someone who has endured both public and private abuse. Blueface replied by posting a TikTok dancing to hit the road jack. But he didn't provide an apology or offer any thought. Should have just stayed quiet. Little mama. He turned her eviction into a trend. The internet responded bitterly, with remarks like this man's ego just dug his own grave. He turned cruelty into choreography. However, within an hour, a new video clip from Blueface's home's backyard night camera surfaced, making the situation worse. In the blurry video, Chrisean was seen pacing outside while talking on the phone and carrying a trembling Junior. "Go ahead and cry outside like a dog. You want him to be independent, right?" he shouted through a smashed window. The hashtag protect cries broke something in people's hearts. Chrisean covered Junior's ears and murmured, "I'm sorry, I'll leave." And Junior quickly rose to the number 2 trending position in the world, and it was picked up by BuzzFeed and other prominent publications. Then the cliffhanger. You haven't read the final Instagram story from Dr. Blueface's old pal and recent whistleblower. "I have a video that will destroy his sponsors, TV money, and maybe even his freedom. He has 48 hours to correct it, or I'll drop it." Fans demanded on the internet, "Drop it now. You're not changing him. Save her. We're done watching." Women suffer in silence. The world is waiting for a single video that may destroy Blueface's reputation and career like a house of cards. In the cruelest turn of events, the one person who could possibly stop it is a woman he spent so much time attempting to silence. A public outrage, a social media trial, a cultural reckoning, and a reflection of how society views women who endure abuse and love in the spotlight, have all resulted from what began as another messy split between two contentious celebrities. Theories, responses, breakdowns, #SFury, #cancel Blueface, #free Chrisean, #defend Junior. From reality TV to reality check. And the final tape hasn't even been released yet, are all over Twitter and TikTok. Entertainment, but a full-fledged public reckoning at the core is that Chrisean Rock is now portrayed as a mother and survivor rather than the erratic girlfriend. Blueface, who was once just a messy rapper, is now facing the disintegration of his career in real time following a string of viral posts that showed him locking Chrisean out of a house he controlled, evicting her and their infant son, and filming her distress as content for the internet to watch in shock. Security footage showed Blueface screaming at Chrisean as she tried to leave peacefully while holding their child. Screen captures showing emotional neglect and control, and voice recordings of Blueface admitting he never wanted the child. The narrative was viewed as a woman overcoming violence in a matter of hours, rather than being called exaggerated or mocked for emotional outbursts. As the footage was being recorded, TikTok makers who had previously ridiculed her created an apology. Meme pages that substituted praises for jokes. Cardi B was among the celebrities who voiced their opinions, stating that there was no excuse for abusing a woman, especially a mother, that way. Aditi demanded an end to making villains famous, when Megan Good expressed how heartbreaking it was to watch Chrisean confess while being ejected. Despite 50 Cent's chilly humor acknowledging, since not every piece of footage can be edited, some things shouldn't be captured on camera. As the criticism mounted, Blueface made fun of Chrisean's eviction in a smug comment for a TikTok he posted of him dancing to Hit the Road Jack. A few hours later, another surveillance video surfaced showing her standing outside on the phone at night, trembling and clutching Junior, while Blueface shouted through a window for her to cry outdoors like a dog once more. Major networks took notice after this film pushed the public over the tipping point. She said, "I'm sorry, I'll leave." He lost his Cameo profile, which cost $120,000, and Zeus Network took their reality show off its homepage. A Zeus producer admitted in a leaked message that the unreleased footage was worse than what the public had already seen. Instagram demonetized his page and the club walkthrough was cancelled. His songs were downgraded by Spotify. Apple Music withdrew him from playlists, radio stations pulled him off the air, and music industry insiders began to disassociate themselves. The huge departure and his silence said more than words could. Furthermore, serious journalistic magazines like Time and The Atlantic carried in-depth articles about the harm caused by the internet rather than the drama, extending the reach of this topic beyond gossip websites. Once in control of the media, Blueface is now at the mercy of a public that no longer finds him amusing. Although the harm has already been done, the accountability process is still ongoing. Officially, the incident had progressed from viral drama to something far more serious. It was about a real woman, a real child, and a genuine pattern of emotional control and public degrading behavior. One headline said, "America watched a mother be humiliated. Why are we still calling this entertainment?" Those clips struck a different chord as they were clutched near while the world collapsed around them. This was a woman being broken in real time while shielding her son from the turmoil. It wasn't just another ugly breakup or a messy online battle. She defended him in spite of being humiliated, cast aside, ridiculed, and captured on camera for amusement. A fan edited the now famous backyard clip, which had Chrisean whispering, I'm sorry, as Blueface yelled from the window over a soft piano melody. Was the most popular TikTok at the time. After viewers realized that this was more than just a simple statement, the film concluded with the words, "She didn't fail him, she saved him." It had already garnered over 14 million views. A flurry of speculation erupted on the internet about whether Dr. Blueface would silence him, whether he was afraid, and whether it was all a hoax when the final video was made public. Precisely 48 hours after his former best friend, bodyguard, and now enemy warned him that he would leak a final clip that would end his career. However, a Dropbox link without a caption surfaced just after midnight on October 31st, and the blurry security film quickly spread over the internet, including Reddit threads, YouTube group chats, Discord networks, and TikTok. Chrisean sat on the garage camera that captured the angle. There was a loud collision, but she didn't answer. Junior yelled as he moved into frame, stooped down, and said something that made everyone in the vicinity cringe. He had thrown something that broke close to her and she leaped. "It's too late, I told you to go out now." She gripped her infant more tightly, her hands clearly trembling, and he left through the door. The internet reacted instantly when the video was cut. No more denying or guessing about what at midnight. Blueface's popularity on the internet was due to the fact that the internet was tired of him, not his songs or antics. As the legal repercussions began in the morning, TMJ released a breaking alert announcing that the APD was formally evaluating the recently leaked garage footage of Chrisean, Rock, and Blueface, and initiating a possible domestic disturbance investigation. After a worried viewer reported the footage in a digital report, another media outlet verified that Child Protective Services had also been informed. Emotional terrorism was exposed as what had previously been considered entertainment. As the inquiry continued on, Blueface ceased posting anything: no tweets, no Instagram stories, no TikToks. Jaden Alexis, no TikToks. His management was gone, and his official website went away. He was now frequently seen in courtrooms as evidence. The case wasn't yet complete, though, as the ex-body who started it all uploaded a final tale before deleting his account. Fans were calling this the fall of a clout god, and Chrisean's final post was surreptitiously silent, consisting of a single picture of a sleeping baby Junior clutching her finger with no caption. Just a location tag: safe now. There is a lot of speculation, litigation, and criminal charges today, and that's all I'm sharing. The rest is with a lawyer. According to a Perry source, everything is proceeding as planned. But it remains to be seen if Blueface will actually be affected, or if they will try to disappear before they land. The question is not whether Blueface has been cancelled, but rather whether this is the start of something greater, now that the world has seen the video. The fallout and the silence. Was Docker a Chrisean, a cloud chaser, or a whistleblower? Was he just getting by in silence, waiting for the world to notice him at last? Above all, is a court of public opinion punishment adequate? Or should Blueface be held legally responsible? Blue? Pack it up. The next drop could be recordings of Blueface's arrest, court filings, or CPS conclusions rather than a stream. This narrative is just now coming to light, but it's not finished yet. If you're pulling for Chrisean and Junior, use the like button, subscribe, and notify me if you believe there's more truth to come. Comment. Leak the rest. Leak the rest.